Every day at a nation's borders, agents are keeping an eye out for smugglers. And sometimes they catch people not just smuggling drugs. An Australian man was busted for smuggling pigeons. Yes, pigeons stuffed in padded envelopes and strapped to his legs. Good thing he wasn't standing next to the woman who was caught with 51 tropical fish in water-filled bags beneath her skirt. You've heard of the movie Snakes on a Plane, right? Well, how about snakes on a ferry? This guy was carrying 14 royal pythons stuffed into socks and then taped across his chest. He also had a tarantula thrown in for good measure. Animals not the only thing being smuggled. In New Mexico, agents discovered a bunch of wheels inside a car. That's not too odd, except these were wheels of illegal cheese. Yes, there is such a thing. And this nacho cheese had an especially big kick to it, the containers stuffed with giant bags of meth. So today, in a Crime Watch Daily investigation, we sent our cameras to the hotbed of drug smuggling, the port of entry in San Ysidro, California, to see firsthand how we are fighting the war on drugs. It's the biggest, busiest land port in the Western world.
Approximately 53,000 passenger vehicles crossing every single day.
Now, San Ysidro Port Director Sydney Aki granting Crime Watch Daily rare access to the front lines of their daily border battle to keep illegal goods, people and drugs out of the United States.
Close to 125,000 people are crossing this port of entry every single day.
And Director Aki and his team are working around the clock to stay one step ahead of the bad guys, smuggling narcotics and human beings across this heavily guarded gateway on the border between Tijuana and San Diego.
It's like the old Sesame Street adage, what is not like the other?
Director Aki says his officers can uncover up to 20 drug loads a day. The meth, heroin, cocaine and marijuana coming so fast and furious, this bust went down right in front of our Crime Watch Daily cameras.
What we have here is a pre-primary alert on a canine.
A drug-sniffing dog from their canine unit hits on this car and the officers close in.
Most likely, either the gas tank and or the rear bumper is loaded.
The driver is cuffed and detained while the officers scour the car for information.
Who this car belongs to, does it belong to the driver, does it belong to someone else, and so on.
Then it's sent to secondary, a more extensive checkpoint.
In secondary, we would dismantle the vehicle and look for the narcotics.
And Chief Officer Angelica Decima says they find a lot more than just narcotics hidden away in these cars.
Some animal product or plant product that is prohibited from entry into the United States. Oftentimes we find people in the trunk. We'll find them in specially built compartments, like say in the engine, in the dashboard. We've seen concealed humans in the quarter panels of a vehicle.
But this vehicle, they suspect, is jam-packed with drugs, and after a quick X-ray of the car, bingo.
Our operator, Mr. Moreno, has indicated that narcotics are all over the vehicle.
The officers set to work tearing through the trunk, checking underneath and ripping apart the doors. And there it is. Package after package secretly stashed away all over the car. And when officers cut one open and test it, confirmation.
So we know the substance in the packages are marijuana.
92 pounds of marijuana to be exact. A fairly average seizure here on a typical day at San Ysidro Port.
Our officers are the last stop.
And despite the high-tech detection equipment and the canine unit's keen sense of smell, it's gut instinct of the men and women guarding this high-traffic border that makes the real difference.
That gut feeling is the #1 reason why we do well here at San Ysidro, is the fact that, hey, you know what? Something's just not right with this vehicle.
The officers always on high alert as they patrol the border.
Interviewing, talking, asking questions, and trying to get some kind of information back.
Always trying to keep America safe.
And to stay one step ahead of the bad guys.
Now, the government says a total of 6 drugs account for nearly all drug trafficking cases. Number 1 being cocaine, followed by meth, marijuana, crack cocaine, heroin, and then oxycodone. And along with the drugs, the business of smuggling money is getting bigger and bigger. In fact, the DEA estimates it seized $1 billion in cash domestically last year at the borders.